Did you know that St. Luke's University Health Network, based in the Lehigh Valley, Pennsylvania, has been recognized by the U.S. government as the highest performing health system in the United States for quality? You heard right. St. Luke's #1 recognition affirms our status as the top leader among the most respected healthcare providers in the nation, including Houston Methodist and the Mayo Clinic. To state it simply, if you want to receive the best care when you go to a hospital, come to St. Luke's.
Katz and Cosby, entertaining and informative on the Red Apple Podcast Network.
Friday night before Memorial Day weekend. With us today is General David Petraeus. And, well, General, there's so many things happening, and where would you like to start?
I think we probably should start in the Middle East, John, because that's the dog closest to this letter, the wolf closest to this letter, if you will. In fact, I was out there last week, and did 6 cities in 6 days, including Baghdad, but also Riyadh and Jeddah, Abu Dhabi, Dubai, and also Doha, Qatar. And, of course, the challenge there is very considerable. It appears that Iran thinks that they have more ability to tough this out, if you will, and to continue to ask for unreasonable negotiating positions, and that they have more resilience than perhaps do those in Washington. And time will tell whether that is the case or not. But clearly they are not offering terms that are in the least bit acceptable. I certainly haven't seen any indication that they have made major modifications to their demands, which are that we leave the Gulf, we pay reparations to them, they retain control of the Strait of Hormuz, they reserve the right to enrich uranium and to help their murderous proxies in the region. So I think we're in a difficult position. And they know, of course, that the president is facing midterm elections. He wants to return to the affordability agenda and so on. And that if we go back to it full on, certainly we can do a lot more damage, and we already have done a great deal. But there could be damage further in the Gulf states in critical infrastructure, such as when I was in Qatar, they mentioned, of course, that 17% of their LNG capacity is out for the next 3 to 5 years. So that's the situation that we're in. And it's a little bit of a strategic cul-de-sac in a way, John, from which any route out has some significant potential downsides.
Now, right after President Trump left China, Putin went to China. I mean, there's 2 situations here. Both Putin and President Xi know that Trump is a tough competitor. They like him, but he's a tough competitor. Are they stirring the pot so that maybe Trump loses the elections in November?
I don't know that I'd go that far. What they are trying to do is show the options that Beijing has, noting, of course, that Putin is in an increasingly difficult situation. I'm sure you've seen that in April, the Ukrainians actually took more ground, incremental to be sure, but took more than did the Russians. The Russian casualties continue to go up, and they're not making any real progress. Beyond that, now Ukraine has the capability of bringing Moscow into the war. They're attacking infrastructure targets in the area of Moscow, which forces them to put their air and ballistic missile defenses around the capital, and then makes it more possible for Ukraine to hit Russian refineries and oil storage depots more easily than was the case before. And they've been doing that very considerably. So on the one hand, you have a situation where you begin to wonder whether Putin can continue to recruit the soldiers he needs, because the Ukrainians are killing or seriously wounding just about as many each month as Russia is able to recruit. They're running out of money in Moscow. They're starting to liquidate their gold reserves. If it was not for the fact that the sanctions have been lifted on their oil exports, and also the limits on the price of that oil, what could be paid for it, they would be in a much more desperate position. This is not going to bring about Putin saying he wants a cessation of hostilities necessarily this year, but it's more and more likely, or possible at least, that that could be the case next year. So he's actually looking for a lifeline from China as well, and he actually didn't get it. He did not get the approval for that second pipeline that they were hoping to build from Russia to China.
Wow. Well, General, we have so much more to talk about. Let's talk again on Sunday, and we'll catch up for some more then.
You bet, John. Thanks.